Hey guys, and welcome to Ozzie Reviews. Well, today I'm checking out the Grizzly Gunworks Grizzly Muzzle Brake. Now, this here is from Grizzly Gunworks in Canada, guys, but they're sold through Chassis Systems here in Australia. So let me just bring their card up there. So if you want to actually get any of these muzzle brakes here in Australia, this is the company you need to contact. So let me just open it up and I'll show you exactly what comes with it. It's not a lot here, it's just basically some packaging and then just a set of instructions. So the instructions are pretty straightforward. It just goes through the normal safety precautions, but basically the main thing that you want to look at when you're using a muzzle brake is just that it's installed correctly so that there's no obstruction, obviously, when you go to use the rifle. Otherwise, that can be catastrophic. So the version I have here is for the Lithgow LA102. So this is what I'll be putting it on. I'll be putting on my 308. So it's the M14x1 right-hand thread. Now the actual muzzle brake here is a 8-port design, as you can see here. It's threaded naturally, but you've also got the two securing bolts at the side here just to tighten it up. So obviously when you start to twist this onto the thread on the muzzle of your rifle, a lot of the time once you get to the end of that thread, the muzzle brake might be misaligned, but this way you can just loosen it off so everything's even and then tighten up the bolts there, for everything to be properly aligned. So there's two versions mainly of this. They come in either 416 stainless steel or 7075 aircraft aluminium. So the only difference being really is weight. So for the stainless steel, it's going to be about half a pound or 225 grams, or for the aircraft aluminium, 0.2 of a pound or about 90 grams in weight. Really, I don't think that it's going to matter in real terms, because if you're using this on a lot of those rifles, you're going to be doing long distance shooting, perhaps, will probably be your main purpose, and weight really isn't that much of an issue on those long distance varmint target type setups. So the big thing with these is that they actually advertise that the recoil is reduced by a minimum of 60%. So I mean, look, that's a fairly substantial claim, but we're definitely going to put that to test in this review. So as I said, high quality, made in Canada, available here from Chassis Systems, and recommended retail price on these, as you see it with the matte black finish, is about $259. So look, not a cheap muzzle brake. However, I do really like the look of this, and I want to be able to put it on the Lithgow and just see if there's that reduction of 60% or more, which would just absolutely be fantastic, for heavier calibers like 308. So what I might do, guys, I'll just bring in my Lithgow 308 now. Okay, so all we need to do is just screw off the end cap. And just line up the muzzle brake. Okay, so there's a perfect example of see how it's misaligned if you go all the way to the end of the thread. So we'll turn it up and then we'll just turn back the muzzle brake till it's aligned, like so. So the important thing is too, when you're tightening these, is don't tighten one side all the way and then the next. You've got to do it gradually. So see, there's still a little bit of movement there, but I'll just put this up to my shoulder and make sure that we're aligned. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. So just tighten down the Allen screws there gradually each side, and that should be pretty much clamped on there nice and tight. So yeah, so it's a good looking muzzle brake anyway, but let's get out on the farm now, guys. I want to put this through a couple of tests and just see how much of a difference it really makes. Okay guys, so we'll start off with the muzzle brake on the Lithgow, and we've got 3 rounds of the Australian Outback 168 grain Sierra Match King. So I'm just going to put 3 rounds down range here at 100, and we'll just have a look on camera with how the recoil looks, and then we'll take the muzzle brake off
and then we'll fire another 3 shots and compare that. Okay, so my first impressions, extremely loud. I mean, I got these Sense digital plugs in, as you know, and already my right ear is ringing from the muzzle brake. You know, I had the same issue when I had that Landtac muzzle brake as well. Yeah, the noise increases substantially, but the felt recoil is definitely substantially less. Quite comfortable to shoot in general. So anyhow, let's get this muzzle brake off and we'll shoot it without it. Okay, so a lot less noise, but yeah, there's a lot more recoil there as well. So what we'll do now, guys, is we'll change over the camera and we'll focus downrange there at 100 just to show you the different point of impact without the muzzle brake and with the muzzle brake. Okay guys, so taking a look here, we've gone a little bit low and to the left without the muzzle brake and a tiny bit low and to the right with the muzzle brake. So it just goes to show, if you are going to fit a muzzle brake to your firearm, just make sure that you re-zero it to make sure that it's shooting accurately before you go out and use it. Okay guys, so I'm going to finish up with my final thoughts on the Grizzly Gunworks Grizzly muzzle brake. Now look, it certainly does the job that it says it's going to do, doesn't it? I mean, I have no way of measuring 60% or more of felt recoil. I mean, I don't have any device to do that. All I can do is show you what I did with the slow-mo there, and you can see there is a substantial reduction in the recoil. They look really nice too. I like the design of them. I like how they sit. It gives the Lithgow rifle a bit of a tactical look, so to speak. And I really like how we've got the Allen screws there, so that you can easily align the brake and then just tighten it from there. So look, one thing you're going to have to do is, if you do want to get one of these, is make sure you've got some really good hearing protection, because I can still hear a little bit of ringing in my ears even with those good Sense digital plugs having been in. So that's the only drawback. On the positives, it just reduces the recoil so much that you can enjoy shooting for longer without that shooter fatigue, you know, from heavy recoil. So definitely worth it in some circumstances. But for me personally, guys, I think I'll probably just stick to no muzzle brake. Personally, that's just me, but there's a lot of guys out there who like them, so by all means have a look at one. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the review, so till next time, we'll catch you then.